We've got the Xtool D7w scanner. In this video, I'm going to go over my pros, my cons, my likes, my dislikes, all of those things. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you whether or not I would recommend it, and you might be surprised at my answer. Full transparency, they did send this to me for free to test out. I've got quite a bit of scan tools, so I feel like I'm pretty qualified as far as like giving you an idea and a good perspective of being able to compare it to a lot of other scan tools. So if you like this type of content, please smash that like button. It really does help me out. If you have any questions about this scan tool, any other scan tools that you may see on my page, or ones you want to see me review, please throw them down in the comments. I will try to get a hold of them and test them out. I've got a lot of them. So, all that being said, let's get right into it. So I'm going to just go over the features in the first part of the video. So the features are, it does do CAN FD. It does do key programming on some vehicles. Remember, anytime you hear key programming, most likely it's not going to be every single vehicle out there. There are very choice few scan tools that actually do that. A couple of them being the Autel IM508, the IM608, and nowadays you're going to need a VSP credentials to be able to do that. That being said, it will do ECU coding on VW, Audi, and Skoda. Now, I don't work on Euro cars, so I can't tell you 100% how well that works and whatnot because I've not used that feature. It does come with 3 years of updates, which is really good. The most I've seen outside of 3 years is 2 years, so keep that in mind. The warranty is 2 years, and after the third year, it's $99 a year to update, which is a really good price. That being said, before I emailed them and asked them about the update, I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't find the update, couldn't find the pricing, nothing. Not on their website, not on any other website. I looked around and could not find it. So something to keep in mind. One of the great features I will say about this is it's connected to the dongle wirelessly. And so it's a much faster connection. You connect to the car faster. Your controls and going through the system, looking at data is a lot faster, which is a really nice feature. One of the things that has come up, me posting short form videos of this on that comment is, or on that feature is, does the dongle itself have to be connected to the Wi-Fi network? No, they're just connected wirelessly to each other. Instead of being a Bluetooth connection, they're Wi-Fi, which means it's faster. You can go way farther away, which is really nice. If you got a car out in the parking lot and you need to come in and you want to look at something while you're on the computer or you're looking at service information, more than likely it's going to reach. It goes really, really far. A couple things it does not have. It does not do FCA or auto auth. It does not do Nissan auto auth, so no auto authorization at all. It does not do any sort of ADOS, and I'm trying to think of what else it does not do. Anyways, I'll skip that. I don't want to bore you with me trying to think of stuff. It does do service functions, so retracting rear electronic brakes. It will do like maintenance minder resets, things like that. Those are service functions. And then it also has bidirectional controls. So it'll activate fans on and off, wiper motors, such like that. It'll do EVAP tests. It'll do cylinder AF tests on Hondas, so on and so forth. So it does have quite a bit of bidirectional controls as well. It does graphing, and you can do 8 graphs at one time. Now keep in mind, typically when you run that many graphs, it does slow the tool down, but it is a nice feature, and I'm going to show it to you on there as well. When I first got it, the battery didn't last very long at all. Even in sleep mode, when you shut it off like this, it would die really fast. They must have done an update or something because now it's a lot better and it works fairly good. So I'm going to change the angle. I'm going to hook the scan tool up to a car and show you some of the bidirectional controls and then tell you some of my cons about the tool and some of the things I've not been too pleased with. All right, so I've got it connected to a vehicle. It's a 2007 Honda Civic. As I'm kind of going through showing you some features, I'm also going to go over some of my pros and cons so you don't get bored. So we're going to auto scan here. I'm going to show you how fast it connects and reads the information, and then kind of go over some of those pros and cons some more. So one of the cons I can tell you, and it's been one of my major issues with this scan tool, is the dongle itself. I had this issue with another scan tool and they ended up sending me a new dongle and warranting it out. And when I compared the two, the old and the new, the issue with the old dongle is the pins were just slightly too big, so they didn't fit the DLC connector very well. And so it was just way too tight and I was constantly having connection issues. That's the same issue I'm having with this scan tool as well. Some of the pros, again, is how fast it is, but also it does have a ton of bidirectional controls on it. The graphing is very nice. I'm going to show you that, hopefully as long as the dongle stays connected, because I was having some issues getting it connected to this vehicle. So we'll just do these 4 here, and then you go custom, and you've got all 4, and then you combine them. And now, if you can see that, you get all 4 data PIDs, and they color code them as well, which is super nice. And then you can record it, pause it. So that is a really great feature of this scan tool. I really, really like that. Now, in that same breath, one of the things I really don't like is I don't want all of my data PIDs on one screen. I don't want to have to cycle through 122 data PIDs. One of the vehicles had 180 something to try to find out the PIDs that I want and the data that I want to watch, and have to select that and scroll through. Okay, I want this. Okay, I want this. Or I don't want to have to type in. If I'm diagnosing a misfire issue, I want to be able to click on live data, and then it give me several other options as far as misfire data, evap data, so on and so forth. It's nice to be able to have those broken down so you're not cycling through. If you're using your scan tool to diagnose, that is a huge key feature. Let's try some bidirectional controls. Here's actuation test. We'll come in here. We'll try that out. When I first bought it, I was having issues with the battery. I may have mentioned that already, but they did fix that, I believe, with an update, because the battery is lasting a much longer time. So you'll likely be able to hear this. I've got the fan here. Let's activate it. Hopefully you could hear that. I put my microphone over close to there. So we've got that on. And there we go, we turned it off. So like I said, the bidirectional controls do work really, really well. I've not had any issues with the bidirectional controls. Now, one of the other cons that I did have with this is I tried to connect it to an Infinity QX80, and it would not connect at all. It kept just booting me back, and just basically going in circles the entire time. Now, as you can see, it still does have your crankshaft pattern clear and learn on Hondas, which is nice. It'll do the ECM, PCM replace, and things like that. So there are, again, a lot of features on here. So let's get into the email and kind of my final thoughts on this. Just wanted to show you those couple features. Again, really, really fast, really great graphs. Bidirectional controls are fantastic. So my final thoughts, and I'm going to go over the email and just read to you the questions that I sent them, and then give you their responses. Does the scan tool have auto authorization for FCA and Nissan? I wanted to make sure. I didn't see it anywhere that it did, but I wanted to just be 100% sure. It does not. Can it be used with an oscilloscope? No, it can't. The updates are $99 a year. Again, I want to reiterate, I could not find them anywhere, so it's kind of a pain. Maybe you just do it directly from the scan tool and that's it. It's always nice to be able to look at that information online, but whatever. How long is the warranty? 2 years. And I said, also, one last thing I've noticed is the dongle is extremely tight plugging into the DLCs. I had the same issue with another scan tool, and it was the pins inside the dongle being too big. This appears to be the same exact problem. Should we warranty out the dongle for another one? It has issues staying connected to the vehicle at the DLC connection. Now, here's what I don't like at all, and here's where, again, I thought you guys might be surprised. You can use an extension, this was their response, you can use an extension cord, connect OBD2 port and dongle to avoid this situation. That's the response. Use one of those extenders. You should not have to use an extender. The answer should have been, yes, let's warranty it out. Keep in mind, they sent me this for free to review and tell you all about it and hopefully recommend it to you. But one thing I found, and I've said from the very beginning, is it doesn't matter how good a tool is. What matters is at the end of the day, if they have good service. Or I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how great a tool is if the company doesn't give you good service. And that to me is not good service. If they're not willing to just fix the issue for me right off the bat, someone that they're trying to get to promote the tool, how are they going to be with you all? Are they going to give you issues? Are they going to push back and not warranty it out nice and easy for you? If it has a 2-year warranty, it doesn't matter if they're going to fight you tooth and nail. So keep that in mind. So that being said, I would not recommend the scan tool, honestly, because again, service is everything, especially nowadays. You have to have great service. If something happens to the scan tool like mine, it literally took me probably 5 to 7 minutes to get the dongle connected at the DLC on the Civic because it just won't, and you can't push it in there tight. You're going to mess up your DLC connector. It needs to just, you all know how they connect. So I'm not going to get into it. So that's my final word. I say no. If they're not going to give you good service, then don't buy it. I think there are other great options. Is it a great price? Yes. Are the updates great? Yes. If you don't care about service and those things, then sure, go ahead and buy it. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, you're an adult. You can buy it yourself. Can't stop you from buying it. But at the end of the day, just remember, if you do and you need service, that may be their response to you as well. So appreciate you all watching. Hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. I've got another scan tool video coming up very soon, and this one has been amazing. It's been a really great scan tool, but I'm still testing it out. I'm still doing a bunch of stuff with it and trying it out. So that'll be the next one coming up in a while as far as scan tools go. Again, if you have any questions, throw them down in the comments. I appreciate you all. Thank you.